latest celebrity to be sued for rape. That's what we're talking about in this video, this live, this broadcast. We're talking about the latest celebrity to be accused and sued for rape. One female, but four alleged victims. We're going to get into that celebrity is Smokey Robinson, William Smokey Robinson. I put that out yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. As of yesterday, Smokey Robinson is the latest celebrity to be sued for rape. Let me set you down so we can get into this. Come on in. Let me set Facebook right next to us. Yeah, we're talking about Smokey Robinson today. William Smokey Robinson, who just recently celebrated his 85th birthday. And I cannot say Smokey Robinson, 85 years old, without saying how good that man looks. I vow to go to the gym as many days a week as I can to keep myself healthy and looking as good. And just listen, that man looks good. I'm telling you, man, that looks good. 85, Smokey looking good. I don't know if I ever seen Smokey now. I never heard Smokey Robinson's name put up many shenanigans until yesterday. Yesterday, May 6, 2025. Press conference came. I have that freshness right here in my ear. It's on pause right now. I caught the press conference. I'm going to get into all that in the story as the story goes on. Yesterday, charges were brought against Smokey Robinson for allegedly there's several charges. I'm going to get into that. I don't want to leave anything out. I want to say sexual assault, rape, sexual assault. There's a few charges. Smokey Robinson's wife is being sued in this lawsuit as well. This lawsuit being a civil lawsuit, okay? Again, Smokey Robinson is the latest celebrity to be sued. A civil lawsuit was brought against Smokey Robinson yesterday. 85-year-old Smokey Robinson. Yesterday, they brought charges on Smokey for allegedly raping and other things. Abuse, paying these women for alleged victims under minimum wage. These charges, their allegations, the four victims' allegations start from 2006. That woman started working for the Robinsons against Smokey Robinson and his wife. In 2006, a Hispanic woman started doing housekeeping for the Robinsons. Again, in 2006, a Hispanic woman started housekeeping Robinsons. That woman did not quit her job until 2024. Maybe 2020, maybe 2021, maybe 22, or maybe 2024. I don't know, but I'm going to give you the dates when it come to me. It's here. It's here. It's on pause. It's four victims. One started working for the Robinsons in 2006. She worked for them for more than 10 years before she quit her job. Yet, she alleges that immediately after starting her housekeeping job with the Robinsons, Smokey started raping her immediately after she started working for them. But again, she kept working for them from 06 until 2000 something, 2020 something. There's another victim, alleged victim. There's another alleged victim. 10 years, she was employed by the Robinsons. Jane Doe number 3 alleges she was raped. All their stories are very similar. A blue room, a blue room, a blue room. Three of the victims, three of the alleged victims, three of the alleged Smoke Robinson victims, 3 out of the 4 victims mentioned the blue room, the color blue room that was supposed to be Smokey's room. Jane Doe number 1 said she alleges that soon after starting her housekeeping job, Smokey Robinson and his wife, shortly after starting her job with him, she alleges that Smokey Robinson called her into the room and he was fresh out the shower and he was naked and he forced himself on. That's her story. Jane Doe number 2, similar but different. Jane Doe number 2 alleges that Smokey Robinson told her to meet him in the places that there were no cameras. The garage and the laundry room. She alleges that's where, when she would enter the room, alleges that Smokey Robinson would find her breast and his baby test. That was somewhere in the mid 2000s. I would look the dates and all that again. When he put it in my ear, I would tell you. Jane Doe number 3 allegations very similar. Now I'm gonna tell you, all 4 of these alleged victims of Smokey Robinson and his wife, all 4 of these alleged victims were employed at the same time. These dates overlap. The first one was 2006, and she was employed by herself for some years. It's like maybe 3-4 years, about 4 years, and then another victim, or another housekeeper come. And she worked for 10-15 years. 10-14 years, because they all seem to have quit in 2022, and 2024. And they worked together. The Robinsons had 3 homes, and they worked together in all of the homes. Together at one time in one home when they were needed. So they eventually the lawyer says they put their stories together and was like, yo, you need to go tell somebody our story. What I'm telling you now is what I got from the press conference. I'm going to give you more in depth when I get the press conference back in my ear, which will be my second time listening to it. Bang. After the press conference, they take Q&A. They being the lawyers representing the alleged 4 victims. Smokey Robinson's alleged 4 victims. It hurts me to talk about this, but the fact that I do, I'm going to use my voice because this has to stop. We just dealt with this with Jay-Z, and here we are again dealing with this. It didn't work out well with Jay-Z. I don't know how they expect it to work. They, again, being the lawyers representing Smokey Robinson's 4 alleged victims. $50 million is what they're asking for. The lawyer said it's a random number. During the press conference, a reporter asked, why 50 million? Where did that number come from? Is that 50 million each victim? The lawyer chuckled and said, no, that's not 50 million each. That's 50 million total. He said, it's a random number. He said, we wanted to go high. to get his attention. Another reporter asked the lawyers during the press conference yesterday, why was there no police report made? Why did they not go to the police? The attorney representing Smokey Robinson's four alleged victims says, we're waiting for the DA to tell us they want to bring charges. The reporter says it doesn't go that way. They have to file with the police first to bring it to the DA's attention. You gotta step out first. The lawyer got stuck. His partner stepped back into the microphone. They're money hungry. You see it, you hear it. The first attorney starts talking. He introduced himself and then he introduced his partner. You never seen his partner until the first lawyer gets off the mic. After he tells his story, he tells the charges, Jane Doe number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. He tells the charges, he says $50 million, and they're money hungry. They're money hungry. You see it in their face. You hear it in their voice. They're money hungry. They don't give a damn about them four alleged victims. They see money. They don't care if they get $3 million a piece. They're happy with $3 million a piece, no matter how much money it is. Before I go any further, let's talk about, again, Smokey Robinson is being sued civilly for allegedly raping 4 housekeepers over a 19-year span from 2006 or 18, from 2006 to 2024. 85-year-old Smokey Robinson is being sued for $50 million for allegedly raping 4 women. I think that's effed up. As a victim, I don't want your name. I don't want anything from you. You gave me enough. I pray that one day you will not be allowed to sue anyone civilly for rape. You know, a civil lawsuit means you bring charge against someone in the courts for money. You go to the court and you file, I suffered damages due to this person. This person needs to pay me for these damages, such as your children break my window playing ball. You need me for this window. And when you don't mention it to me that you're going to compensate me for my window, I take you to court. I sue you for my $1,500. I sue you the maximum amount that this court allowed me to sue you for. And I believe no small claims is filed. And I don't know civil. You can Google. Every state is different. You know, I don't know what the maximum amount is. You file these charges, you tell the court, I suffered damages due to this person. This person needs to pay me. I don't want this person to go to jail for these charges. I want this person to pay me. That's what a civil lawsuit is. You're pressing charges on someone, but you don't want to go to jail. You want them to pay up financially. This just happened to another celebrity right after having Jay-Z. Jay-Z is suing an attorney who sued him for an undisclosed amount of money, hundreds of millions of dollars. So much money, Jay-Z said, it would end my career. So much money it would end his career. The lawyer has since dropped his lawsuit against Jay-Z. The Jay-Z's lawyer won his claim, proving that Jay was nowhere near that woman, or 13-year-old alleged victim in 2003. Um, the place she's like that story, it didn't add up. Jay-Z's lawyer showed magazine photos, published photos of Jay-Z at the after party, a red long sleeve. He had a cup in his hand, looking like he was fried. Yeah. After parties, VMAs. It's proof that he was at this after party, which was there, nowhere near where she says. So the story doesn't add up. When Jay-Z's lawyer contacted the father of the alleged victim suing Jay-Z for rape at the age of 13, which again was a lie. Uh, the alleged victim of Jay-Z's said that it was an after party. She was 13 and she was at the VMAs after party. MTV Video Musicals, VMAs. She said this 13-year-old victim, then now 20-some-year-old woman, alleges that she alleged that Puffy, some woman, she never mentioned name, and Jay-Z, the man, Jay-Z and Puffy took turns, and the woman watched. That's what she said. Again, it turned out to be a lie. Jay-Z is still suing the lawyer that threatened, sue him and all that. It's money. It's all for money. This lawyer that out to try to sue Jay-Z is the same lawyer that is defending all these people that are suing Puffy for money as well. But Jay-Z's alleged victim, known liar, alleged victim. Her court document stated that after the rape of Puff Daddy and Jay-Z raping her when she was 13, called her father on the phone, and her father drove 6 hours to New York, pick her up and take her home. So Jay-Z's lawyers reached out during the deposition. The deposition is, all right, I got what your victim said, got your victim's sworn statement. So now I got to go and do my discovery. I got to go and get my discovery evidence. You know what I mean? I got to prove that she lying. So Jay-Z's attorney reached out to her father. She said she called her father to pick her up. He drove 6 hours, whatever state, to New York to pick her up and drive her back home. The father tells Jay-Z's lawyer, I'm quite sure if that happened, I would remember that. But that never happened, because I don't remember, that never happened. There's a sworn statement from your father saying you lying. He never drove 6 hours to pick his 13-year-old daughter up. What? That ain't never happened. Yeah. Jay-Z, when Jay-Z got the papers from here saying that, we're suing you for rape. This is how much we're asking for, or we're going public with this. Jay-Z went public with it. He went public with it and anonymously sued the lawyer. He came back and put his name and sued the lawyer again. More charges under his own name, not anonymously now. But check it. Jay-Z was like, yo, you coming at me for money? You coming at me for money? Something so heinous? Call the law. Call the law. Tell the law I raped you for something so heinous. Please, I urge you, I'm begging you to call 911 and tell them I raped you. Don't come at me for finances. If I raped you, send me to prison. That's what Jay-Z put on the media, a long letter showing his intellectual abilities. That's a smart man. This was right at the time of The Lion King. You got Blue Ivy and her mother about to walk the red carpet for the showing of The Lion King. Mustafa, whatever that movie was, Blue Ivy and her mother was in. Jay-Z couldn't walk the red carpet with his wife and his child because of this shenanigans that would take attention off of his family, which is where it's supposed to be. Thank God he won that, man. Can't have another innocent man sitting in jail for rape. When Jay-Z put out to the media for something so heinous, I beg you to call 911 and send me to prison for something. He has a wife and daughters. Send me to jail if I raped you. Don't sue me for millions and millions and millions of dollars. Send me to jail. That's where it's really going to hurt. Like the fuck. Bugsby, the lawyer of the alleged victim, says, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I just might do that. True story. That man looks like Bugsby is money. Bugsby is the husband of the wife who is representing the healthcare the CEO of healthcare alleged murderer. Did I say it right? The CEO of the healthcare alleged murderer. The little dude, him. They found him somewhere in Pennsylvania at McDonald's with a face mask on. Him. Bugsby, who is suing Puff Daddy, who Jay-Z is suing. Bugsby done sued every celebrity you can think of. Every sports player he done sued for rape. The alleged victims. These alleged victims. How you got so many damn alleged victims? How you find so many alleged victims? But Bugsby said in his tactics when he wrote back at no, in the court, Jay-Z put in his lawsuit, he's threatening me, which Bugsby did. If you don't pay this money, I'm going to go take this publicly. I'm going to tell the world that you are a raper, that you raped a 13-year-old child. That's what Bugsby said. Bugsby said to the judge on TV, I didn't threaten anyone. That is, you said if you don't pay this money, I'm going to do this. Jay-Z suing him for extortion, threatening, the other word, all kind of stuff he's suing this lawyer for. The lawyer done back down. Jay-Z ain't backing down. Jay-Z lawyer got this hairdo that's like, they're both Caucasian. Jay-Z lawyer is Caucasian. The lawyer suing Puffy is Caucasian. The team of lawyers representing the four alleged victims of Smokey Robinson, they're brown skinned. These men are brown skinned. The one look like he got his suit from a thrift store. Now, hello, we gonna talk right here. The one look like he got his suit from a thrift store. The other one looked like he rented his. Or actually, it looked like his jacket, all I could see. His man standing in front of a podium. Come on. Looked like it was altered. And he looked like worked out. And I thought he was taller. He looked attractive. And one day, maybe even now, he looked like he need to dye that's black or something. But and then when the other one, his partner starts talking, he get on the camera. I'm like, oh, well, that boy like 5'7", 5'8", because this one like 11. I thought he was tall. He a surely attractive old head. If Bugsby couldn't win for suing Jay-Z, and I ain't saying the Caucasian is smarter than, you know, I ain't said that, and I ain't never going to say it, but He ain't know what he doing. Bugby. Bugby. Bugby know what he doing. Fucked up with Jay, but he know what he doing. Cause the one with all them celebrities. He done made them all pay. No doing the puff. We know Puff is guilty of some shit. We all done seen what he did. Come on, man, that hotel hallway, man. Come on. Come on. We know he guilty of something. All them alleged victims? Hell no. 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 Sidebar. Puff turned down a 5. Never mind. You get that when I give you that. Check it. Back to my original story at hand. These men are coming after money. Smokey Robinson. 85-year-old Smokey Robinson. Great. 4 alleged victims that were working for Smokey Robinson for a stretch of time. You hear the hunger of money. They just want money. When doing the press conference after the tell-all, this is why, these are the charges, this is why the wife is being, and this is why the wife is in this also. After they did the tell-all, they opened up for questions, and they should not have that. But thank God they did that. Because they played it up. The first question asks another Caucasian, asks the brown man, why were no criminal charges? Why weren't criminal charges brought upon Smokey Robinson's allegations? One of the reasons one of the lawyers gave is that the Hispanic housekeepers, immigrant, he said the Hispanic immigrant housekeepers feared missing a day of work. For a day of work was missing money. They made less than minimum wage, so going to the police would have taken a day from work. They feared missing a day of work. So, another reporter asks, nothing about illegal or legal immigrants. Another reporter asked to reiterate what said about immigrants, please. Reiterating, what did you say? Go into more details. Break that down. Go further. Reiterate. I don't know what the fuck it means, but it means something like that. He reiterated, he said he tried to justify what he said something around the neighborhood of they don't much money to begin with. The 4 alleged victims of Smokey Robinson, they were housekeepers. He said they basically saying, the rumor, what the urban myth is that Mexicans will do all the work for like $20. They never said for like $20, but for a little bit of money though, you know what I mean? That's what basically what the lawyer was saying. Like, he's out here working for a little bit of money, so they can't afford to miss work. So you can't go to 911 or call 911, have 911 come to you after work or before work, you know what I mean? Like, now I'm not secondary victimizing nobody. I'm just putting it out there that I don't believe these 4 alleged victims. Just like I don't believe many of these alleged. I don't believe any of these alleged victims suing civilly for rape. I don't believe any of it. Because if somebody, you won't go to the law and you want to press charges for them to be arrested. If somebody raped my child, me, my mother, my dog, motherfucker, you going to jail or you going to hell. Which one? I don't got nothing to do with. That's up to them that represents me. But you going to jail on my, because I'm going to tell them, stand down. Because it's going to come back to me if you stand down. Let me do this. I got this. I'm not a little girl no more. And we don't need another life lost. I'm tired of this shit. This shit keep coming back to me. I got to live with this. You know what I mean? Like, chill. Somebody, I want your money. You rape my child. You rape me. I don't want your money. That sound like a pimp. That sound like you prostitute through the court. To me, it sounds like you if you gonna take money for being raped, if you gonna because I would go there and then and just walk away and come back another time and start over. If you will accept money for being raped, you're prostituting. I don't give a fuck how anybody feel about what I just said. Stand on what I said. If you will accept money for being, you're prostituting. You're prostituting. It's saying, hey, you gotta pay for this. That's what tells me. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Don't want your money. I remember what it smelled like, what it looked like, what it tastes like. Don't want your money. Don't want your money. You can't pay me anything. You no longer exist to me. I ain't never been a hoe. Prostitute, what? I ain't never did that, and I'm not asking you to pay for this. But that's what you're doing through the eyes of the law. With a civil lawsuit. A civil lawsuit is asking for damages. Financial damages. Your child out riding a bike, playing around, horse playing around. Breaks my mirror off. I can't put it back on. It's broke. Yo, you gotta pay for that. You gonna reimburse me for that. I got to get that fixed. You got to reimburse me. Here it go. I need my money. I don't get my money, I'm suing you. I'm taking you to civil. I'm pressing charges, civil charges on you. That's telling the judge, this person, I suffer damages from this person, and this person gotta pay me. A civil lawsuit. They're suing Smokey Robinson. These women are suing 85-year-old. He looks good at 8. What is it? It must be Viagra. I mean, because you know they, like, I don't know. I'm not 85, and I damn sure ain't a man. I don't see none of it. I don't believe it. No one who goes to the court and press charges. And then they all want to do it anonymously. No one wants to put their name out so the world can see you lie, so your friends and family can see that you said that Jay-Z and Puffy raped you when you was 13. Her neighbors don't even know who she is because she did it anonymously. No, fuck that. It shouldn't be able. You should not be able to sue anyone for civil damages. Money. You're suing money for rape. That should be off the table. That should be off the table. That's how they're getting these people. I believe Puff done did some things. Absolutely. Yeah. That was a lot of weed. I'm a one. I like wet. I like wet. I like wet. It's such a tall. See my one bottle with it. It's the super-sized bottle. You know what I mean? So oval shape is tall and it got a pump. I like a pump, not a squirt. Pump. You did. I do believe Sean Puffy Combs is guilty of some things. A lot of something. All of them alleged victims, not even half of them, I believe. Not even half of them. Not one of them went to the law. Not one of them went to the law. Not one of alleged victims, male or female. None of them alleged Puff Daddy victims went to the law. All of them alleged victims are being represented by the same Bug B who sued Jay-Z and lost. And lost. This happened to Smokey Robinson. If Bug B didn't win with Jay-Z, really think these dudes got a chance? They don't stand a chance. Representing these 4 alleged victims. Now they say Hispanic. Hispanic could mean you anywhere from Puerto Rico, to Panama, to Paraguay. Paraguay? Oh, I know they speak there. Anywhere in South America, you know what I mean? You could be from anywhere. Being Hispanic. Hello? What type of lawyer can someone making less than minimum wage afford? They can't afford Bug B. They can't afford Miss Lady that represents. Thank God I didn't say that word. I was about to say the R word. Thank God. Thank God. Jesus Christ. Thank you. They can't afford Smokey Robinson's alleged victims. Can't afford sister lady, sister daughter, the daughter of the lawyer, the daughter of the lawyer, the daughter of the lawyer, the daughter of the lawyer. The female attorney's name that handles the female rape victims. The daughter of the lawyer. I can't think of her name right now. We all know who I'm talking about. They can't afford them making less than minimum wage. They can't afford some, high profile lawyers. So who did they go get? Somebody they from North Philadelphia, born and raised, you know what I mean? 16th and Mercs, look him up. Like, yeah, Yeah, that got it off of YouTube. I mean, off that got that passed the bar offline online. You know what I mean? That's what they look like. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and hit plays. I want to bring to you these charges the way they given, because these charges aren't something that I was able to remember, because they using words that I don't use. Jane Doe number one. She worked for the Robinsons for a little over a year, from January 2023 to February 2024. Mr. Robinson first sexually assaulted and raped her in March 23, as detailed in the complaint. What he would do was summons her to his blue bedroom, which you probably be hearing about later on. After having just showered, he would come out of the bathroom naked and proceed to force her to have sex with him against her will. This is everything he's saying. I'm saying it to you. He's letting the interpreter repeat what he said. He sexually assaulted and raped her in this manner 7 times. Not 7 times. Skip. 7 times. 7 times. One said 22 times. It raped her in this manner 7 times. She quit in February 2024 because she could no longer endure these sexual assaults. Jane Doe number 2. She worked for the Robinsons from May 2014 to February 2020. Smokey Robinson motor operandi was some way different with her. He would ask her to meet him in areas of the home with no cameras. There were 2 such places, the garage and the laundry room, in their Chatsworth home. When she would meet him at this location, he would immediately begin to sexually assault and rape her. 85. Causing her excruciating pain. He sexually assaulted and raped her in this manner 23 times. She was forced to because she too could no longer endure Mr. Robinson's sexual assault. 23 times. It took you 23 times to quit. Jane Doe number 3. She worked for the Robinsons as a housekeeper from February 2012 to April 2024. 12 years. Her story is quite similar to this. Mr. Robinson would call her into his blue bedroom, where he would sexually assault and rape her. This occurred approximately 20 times, and like the others, she quit in April 2024 due to the repeated sexual assaults against her. I'm giving you word for word. I'm good. Jane Doe number 4. She worked the longest for them as a housekeeper for the Robinsons. From October 2006 to April 2024. He raped her in 3 of their homes, mainly the Chatsworth home, the Las Vegas home, and the Bell Canyon home. He had a preoccupation of fondling her breasts and touching her all over her body against her will. She too quit in April of 2024. The obvious question that one will ask, which I expect most will, why didn't they report Robinson's criminal misconduct to law enforcement or go public before now? As I said before, these women were all low wage earning, living from paycheck to paycheck. They all feared missing a payday and not being able to pay their rent for 5 months or provide for their families. They also, these Robinsons' celebrity status intimidated them and made them all feel powerless. I want to add that these women were afraid of shame, humiliation, and embarrassment. That's why they didn't go to 911, but they suing for money now. The stigma that unfortunately blames rape victims for assaults in some countries and having to tell their husbands and children of these despicable acts against them left them overwhelmed with shame and embarrassment. That's why they ain't go to the law, but they suing for money now. So throughout their dreadful experiences with Mr. Robinson, all four women remained silent, as many of them worked at the same time. Too embarrassed to reveal themselves by Mr. Robinson to each other, once they broke their silence, an avalanche of emotions began to flow between them, the women, the alleged victims of Smokey Robinson's. They're all here today, he says. Yesterday. These courageous four women have collectively decided to come forward and share their experiences of being sexually assaulted by Mr. Smokey Robinson, stand up for their rights, as well as the rights of other women. Particularly those that may be victimized by him in the future. I think he's attractive. We believe that Mr. Robinson is a serial and sick rapist who must be stopped. We further believe that these four women's testimonies after Mr. Robinson's sexual assaults and batteries against each of them will be unassailable and compelling. Come on, I know these words, dog. Y'all owe me for this. Hit them like buttons, nigga. Share this shit. Our clients, these four courageous women, want and demand justice for themselves. And the filing of this lawsuit is the first step of living to achieve that objective. Thank you. And he turns it over to his. And when I first heard him, he sounded Herbert Hayton. So I looked at him and I was like, what the fuck? He got his suit from the Salvation Army thrift store. For the courage they've demonstrated since they've attained us their attorneys to bring justice, to bring to light what they have endured countless years until they've decided that they've had enough and left the employment of the Robinsons. He's going to get into the charge of the wife. Just with that being said, at this point in time, to take questions regarding the case. What brought these women together? Did they share their stories together? It sounds like some of the employment overlap. He don't want to too much into the particulars of our initiation of the lawsuit. Obviously, the women all work together. Ships did overlap, and there was a common threat between them that led to the filing of lawsuit today. For any further, direct you to our email address. But they still took more emails. Still took more. The wife. What was the wife's alleged misconduct? I think that the complaint speaks in great detail. We believe she was aware of the misconduct by her husband Robinson, and that she used their staff as well as their clients' reliance on their living wage in order to keep them in check. And so we believe that, amongst other things, is what brings Miss Smokey Robinson, into the case. Will they file charges with the police as well? We have not been contacted by the district attorney's office yet. Obviously, we're more than happy to cooperate as best we can. The women have to file the criminal suits themselves. Well, again, the police reports our clients as of yet given their fear. Well, where do you stand on this, lawyer? Now they retained you as their legal. Where do you stand? You know, I think something that we need to discuss with our client before we even cross that path. Based on the disturbing allegations, don't you feel like, let's skip this? Based on the allegations, don't you feel like skip? Don't you feel like this is something that law enforcement need to be heard to? Well, I give it to you. Yes, I do. Stuttering. He couldn't handle it, so the partner steps in. As I heard the question, I points out that the part about this stepped in, and there you seen the partner come in. The lighter skinned one is the more gangster one. He the North Philly cat. He a hoodman. You know what I mean? He shutting it down like nah, like that. He checking the reporters like check it. Their status being used against them. Are they documented? Are they legal? She asked them. Their legal status. We believe that the fact that these women Hispanic, they come from cultures that sort of demonize the accused of rape and sexual assault, that that stigma was used against them by the Robinsons. Obviously, the employer-employee relationship had a big factor in that as well. He ain't mentioned the immigrant stuff. And the complaint specifically question immigration status. Can you clarify that? I think what we mean by that is obviously is that the Hispanic community, this climate, there is a fear of reprisal based upon any situation that this immigration issue. I think that speaks for itself. They ain't legal, and their hesitancy in making that issue in that case to go forward to the police. They're asking any photos. The reporters are asking, are there any photos or videos? Because you mentioned rooms without camera. So if you mentioned that one woman was taken into two rooms without cameras, the cameras in the other room. So y'all got footage of this stuff happening. Who comes back in? He comes back in. Little cutie pie, little Mr. 5'8" comes back in. We do have evidence, but we can't speak on that. You got that shit. I'm not going to comment, but we do have evidence. Have you heard at all from Mr. Robinson? Has he responded to this claim or any of his allegations? No, we haven't. Can you clarify the additional? Yeah. That's just common practice. If more people comes to light, it's protecting lawsuit in that regard. If we learn of other people mentioned, we learn of other victims. Come on. Y'all got the whole story from these four women. What you mean if we learn of more victims? Oh, so you waiting for us to come and be like, yo, I used to work for this and he raped me while I was there. That's what he's waiting like. Oh, he's waiting for more people to go ahead, man. And I think given the allegations, we're fairly competent that he's a serial assaulter. Were any of these women ever allegedly threatened? Were they threatened with physical harm? They threatened, I won't go into details, but they were threatened and very by Mr. Robinson. The complaint, there's also the allegation that they paid fairly or properly, correct? That's correct. But for example, all of them, most of them, maybe not all, worked 60 hours a week and never got paid overtime. Were chastised by Miss Robinson if they tried to eat, if they tried to take breaks, and that's part of the hours on Mrs. Robinson, Mrs. Smokey Robinson. They've broken many laborers. They were held prisoner. They the lawyers felt prisoner, but he don't want to say they were held prisoner. They were in a conundrum of what they should do if they want to maintain their livelihood. What livelihood? You paying them below minimum wage. False imprisonment. They didn't feel free to leave. He was committing the acts. Where does 50 million come from? He said, well, 50 is just we wanted to get his attention. It's a serious, and the assault against these four women is horrendous, it's despicable, hence a big number. It's not a big number, dog. It's not a big number, dog. 50 mil total, not each claim, he said. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, hostile environment. These are against the wife, Smokey Robinson's wife. One of them, she dealt with the rape. One of them, Jane Doe number one, alleged dealt with Smokey. She alleges she dealt with Smokey Robinson's rape from 2006 to 2024. 23 times from 2006 to 2024. 23 times. Who's counting this? I'm. No one should be able to sue someone for rape and money. You know what I mean? Civil lawsuits should not be for rape. A civil lawsuit says, I suffer damages at your offense. Like, you caused me damages. You have to pay for these damages. So to hear someone filing a civil lawsuit for rape tells me you're lying. Tells me you're lying. No one that's ever been sexually. I can't be touched. I can't be touched. I can't have someone touch my body without me knowing. Like, you gotta, like, my people, me. They know how to touch me with their hands to trigger my past. Because again, I'm a sexual. I was raped from age 4 to age 6. You can call it molestation, motherfucker. It's rape. I didn't have an option. It's rape. It was taken from. I don't want shit for them. Ever. Did I? I remember what it smelled like, what it tastes like. I was sick. He was 10 older than me. I remember the day my mother walked in with it. Thank God, put it to a stop. He would go in the bathroom in our apartment, North Philadelphia, North 16th Street, apartment B. He would go in the bathroom. He would call me in the bathroom. Magazines, dirty magazines from his father, Mr. John. He would tell me to do what she's doing. And what she was doing, it was in her mouth. And I did, you know what I mean? I did what she was doing. My mother would be at work, school teacher, school. Whatever teachers had to go